Hey everyone, welcome to this module on linking documents. We are going to take a look at our HTML documents and understand how to link from one document to another to give us the capability to create the web of documents. In this module, we are going to focus on anchors. Anchors allows us to create what's called a hyperlink or that clickable link you are used to allows to click and link to a different documents. It can also be targets of a particular link. We will see how to link from one document to another as well as how to link within a document. If you have a long document or a long page, you may want to allow to users to click on a link and move further down when to allow the users into the document very specific point. We will talk a bit uh, about link metadata, some of the information you can provide about the link such that a client like a browser can interpret that and potentially influence how it's rendered or the information given to the client about that link. A link is just another HTML element. We use a tag or anchor in order to identify that we are creating either the source or target of a link. In this first example, you can see we have an anchor tag with an href attribute or a hypertext reference where we are indicating that the content inside of this anchor is a clickable link that's going to navigate the browsers to the target or the href. In this case, we are saying if you click on the text of products, you will render to the product page. And now anchor tag can be also used to as a target, a named anchor, when we are just providing the name attribute on the element and that doesn't render a link or create anything visible, but it does provide a target for you to be able to then to link to. So a particular point in your document, for example, you can create an anchor and you can then link directly to that very specific point and not just the document itself in addition to explicit targets with a named anchor. There are also implicit anchors that we can use. For example, a particular div with an ID can be used as a target because you can use the ID as the item you want to navigate to. If you recall, IDs for elements within a document should be unique. That means if you want to target a very specific element in the page, it should have its own unique ID and the browser should have to able to find it and scroll the window to the very specific point. When you reference an HTML document in your link, you are going to provide that hyper reference. This is going to be the URL of the document that you want to uh, browser to navigate it, and it can be what's known as absolute or relative. In this example, you can see here we have an absolute link where we are telling the browser the full URL of the document we want you to go out the particular server. So, and we want you to get the index page. The other way you can reference page is using relative links, and that applies if you have the contents that's next to the HTML document you are creating on the file system or on the server that you want to the user to be able to navigate. For example, if you have the index.html or content.html, maybe there's folder called content that also have a locations HTML and carriers HTML. If we want to create a link on the index page that allows to user navigate to location HTML, we could use an href that looks like this. This period or dot at the beginning of the URL says start in the current directory. Then we reference the content directory and the location file. Likewise, to access the keywords HTMLs, we had used a very similar path with a just different file name.